Stands 0% fold, so this spot's easy. I mean, that 7-4 deuce is close. I mean, like, basically I'm at an ace high component. Ooh, that's a really bad spot now. We're dead. We're pretty dead. Oh my god, we're not dead. Oh my god, I run so good. I very well might be dead already. But this hand has a lot of equity against a wide range of hands, so not calling the turn seems pretty meh. I don't think that that's a very good barrel, like from this end. The king queen off. This is close. Basically, like ace 6 through ace 8 are close. Ace deuce through ace 5 I jam. Ace 9 plus are probably jamming in this situation. My bad, guys. Expect a large amount of shoving. It's gonna come from ace king and ace jack. He's gonna have those hands, but we're checking to catch the bluffs that should be fired in fairly often. We were up against king 9 suited there, which is fair, I guess. Whatever. Pretty sure that hand pure bluffs the river, so that's the hand we were hoping to be up against, and we were hoping to bluff catch against. This hand's 0% 2 bets the flop, so we just check call. There's no alternative. I can't lead the turn either, so I'm going to be pure folding this versus barrel here. We have a float here on the flop. I don't fold this hand, I don't 2-bet it, so it is what it is. I don't give a fuck about anything else. Man, pure folds the turn. He wins. You got it, Kowalski. You want to put me on blast? It's all yours, baby. So this hand's like not super efficient to bet. It kind of sucks to have diamonds, but like I have to call the flop, so it's not a bad hand to bet. I'd rather check queen jack of diamonds, to be honest, so it's close. I could mix this. That would be cleaner, probably. I do have a randomizer up. Yeah, I'm over it. I'll blast the blocker. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely gonna get check jammed on a little bit. It's gonna be really ugly when that happens. That's a good reason for checking this hand on the flop, but this hand also has, like, my range has a lot of strength here. I have a lot of king queen, I have a lot of king jack, I have a lot of pre-flop traps, I have aces, I have kings, I have queens. This hand's not gonna make up a big part of my barreling range on the turn. I can just barrel too weak. Like, I can barrel weaker than this, which I can try to realize. It's a shitty river, gonna get jammed on a lot here. My range is quite capped once I get to this river decision. It's interesting once he checks. I think this is the wrong hand for bluffing, so I think I just check and lose. It's tempting to jam, but it's just the wrong hand. It's just too strong. Kind of an interesting spot, but I think at 17, like, limp first in becomes very competitive as a way of entering the pot. We finally catch a decent one. Like, this is all I was asking for. I was just asking. I want to have ace jack, and I want the flop to be ace ace 4. That's all I was asking for. Like, obviously someone could have ace 4, sure. Shit happens, but I was just asking for an ace ace 4 flop when I had ace jack. Pretty good chance that Smile the Hero folds here. Pretty sure the block takes it down most of the time here, guys. Oh shit. I mean, we just represent kings and quads. We don't like check to try to get him to bluff. Like, we just keep betting. We have quads. Like, we just try to get value from 4x. There's no like really high bluff percentage there on the river, I don't think. So I don't think like it's a high frequency check at all. I think I'm supposed to just barrel with my bluffs too a lot, and that's what I would have done. We were obviously value betting, so we were hoping for the call. But it happens. Sometimes we don't get it. This is close, I think, between re-stealing and flatting. Expect high frequency check on a board like this one from Kowalski, but Kowalski likes to bet, so maybe we'll see a bet. That's a big bet too. I think against that bet size I can just jam. That's good. It's probably gonna fold. I mean, this range is supposed to be like polarized, so this range should be like 10x, jacks, and bluffs. I don't know what the time bank's for. 10x calls, jacks calls, bluffs fold. Yeah, maybe, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like some bullshit hero thing, or if it's like, you know, he hero folded top pair, which would be fucking insane, but I don't know. Kowalski's playing the way Kowalski likes to play. What do I know? I don't think that bet size, maybe that bet size is pocket eights. Like, that's a hand that could make sense. Like, maybe that bet size is pocket eights. And, like, he mixes it in, because it gets a lot of value from the 7s and 6s, which I don't really have. But maybe, like, that's a part of the betting strategy there for Kowalski is pocket eights. And that's, like, kind of a hand that could time bank. I-967 Camaro uses the name at a low frequency. Yeah, you got it, man. Don't mind building in a check on a board like this one. My answer to this is close. Damn. GG, guys. Oh shit, I still have chips. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it kind of felt like the range was strong enough to maybe not do that and just call. But I jammed. I mean, like, I'm good with it. I think it's fine. It's 25. Yeah, I mean, I think his range is weak enough to jam. I think it's going to be in there. I'll run it later. Nice hand, Kowalski. But, yeah, I mean, the bottom, like, the reality of this situation is I just don't have a lot of pairs of 7s, pairs of 4s, pairs of deuces. I can just call. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with calling. But he has 0 ace-queen or ace-king in this pre-flop range, so it's not like I have to worry about, like, running into an ace-high flush draw. I dominate ace-high flush draws. So it seems close enough. Like, I have the jack of clubs, which matters. Obviously, that matters. I'll actually check this one before we close the stream. I'll check this one afterwards. We can take a look what the flop looks like. It's basically like, you know, the thinking anyways, is that it's very easy for him to have king 5 with the king of clubs, king 10 with the king of clubs, king whatever with the king of clubs, ace of clubs, X hands, flush draws. He could be bet calling 4x and 7x, like those are possibilities, but they're not. Let's go. We got chances. It's a good turn. Right? It's a good turn. But we'll solve this. I'll screenshot it so that we can solve it. This is easy. It's 0% fold, so this spot's easy. I mean, that 7-4 deuce is close. I mean, like, basically I'm at an ace high component. Ooh, that's a really bad spot now. We're dead. We're pretty dead. Oh my god, we're not dead. Oh my god, I run so good. I play so bad. And then I get bailed out. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so sick. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm still in this tournament right now. That's ridiculous. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Well, we got another shot at it. Yeah, that's one way to do it. And Affleck says, solver approved, pretty sure. Me too, man. I mean, like, me too. But when you're streaming and then you make the play and then you run into the hand, right? Like, you're always like, oh man, did I just punt? I'm pretty sure it's good, dude. Like, makes sense to me. So, like, I'm pretty sure it was a reasonable jam, but I'm glad that, Matt Affleck's in here and he's like, solver approved. So, I feel better about it. But we'll take a look. Ace King no club probably shoves too. Yeah, it might. Just considering good a lot versus flush draws, has good equity versus everything. Yeah, that'd be the thesis. I mean, that'd be the thesis. Kowalski's gonna take a shot at this a bunch. I do think like King 10, 10 of spades probably bets a lot. Also the King of diamonds, I could have probably taken a shot at this one on the flop, but it's not exactly like a flop that screams my. I think I should probably bet the flop actually. I think I fucked this up. I think I'm supposed to just bet the flop and bet big. Like, Not that big, but I think I should bet. I think I screwed that hand up. Damn. This spot's weird as fuck. This range's supposed to be polarized. This hand's supposed to be like really good to jam on these kind of opens though. I don't know if this player's opening. I mean, we're just gonna hope this player has enough folds. I wouldn't jam ace 4 suited. I wouldn't jam king queen off. But I feel like this range is supposed to be, like the way that this range is supposed to be shaped, this hand's supposed to be good at jamming. So I'm gonna jam this one. I would definitely fold ace 4 suited. So I don't think this is like a lock. Fold! Yes! 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 That 300,000 is worth a bunch to me. You know, those chips are worth a lot of money to me. Oh, that's great. That's great. Because that's, you know, that's a big deal. for how many chips I have, that's a big deal. Yeah, when you punch those through, when you punch those ace 5 suiteds through like that, that's a big win rate hit. Like that's a big stack size EV hit, not win rate hit. Big stack size EV hit. That's great when that happens. Because it means a lot to the double. You know, when I double with 800, I got 1.6. I'm in a real good place. I double with 500 or something. You know, 550. You're at 1. You know, 1.1. That's not nearly as healthy. All right, guys, real quick, huge announcement. BBZPoker.com. We've got twice the sessions we used to have. We have 10 to 12 sessions running per week, 7 of them MTT, 2 to 4 cash, 1 mental game. And we've got those sessions available as of now at half the price. They're coming in at $150 a month. They used to come in at $500. We dropped it to $300. They are now $150 a month. I'm super pumped to be able to bring this to you guys. It's all because of you. I can't wait to see you in the BBZ Poker seminars going forward. You do get the charts on top for free. So make sure you're heading over to BBZPoker.com and getting your access right now. I don't think this hand's going to be doing anything to stack. I think I could be wrong. This might be pure peel here. Like even with 15 bigs. Like this distribution is just really ugly. Like this is kind of what I mean. Like against a bet from either one of these two players, like what does my hand do? And there's pay jumps. Like we're on a pay jump right now. So I think the EV of like trying to play this hand on a money bubble is like quite low. So we just fold. Would it have been a viable option top pedal? Would it have been a viable option to fold the ace jack versus that 7-8? No. I was either calling or jamming. There's no folding. You could maybe make an argument for checking my hand on the flop, but once I elect not to do that, we're putting the money, like we're not able to fold now. There's gonna be some kind of continuing component there. And I think that from the position I opened from, and the fact that it's like 7-4 deuce disconnected, the bet's going to be defensible. Not to say that it's pure, or not to say that I should be betting range all the time, but I do think it's defensible. Lex trying to make moves. Uh-oh. All right, guys. These are just like, this is just all autopilot. That's a really bad spot. That's a really bad flop. Alright. GG. GG, guys. We can check that one up too, I guess. But I think against the hijack there, against the chip leader, his range is going to be wide enough to reshove the king 10 suited at a pure weight. So, I should have probably... I think I fucked up by not time banking though, because I should have time banked to try to get the pay jump. So that was the mistake, if there was one, I think. Here we go. Alright, so first we can go 15 bigs, small blind against the cutoff or something, but 15 bigs, small blind against the cutoff. But it's not, I mean, like, this isn't going to be perfect because the cutoff strategy at 15 bigs is going to be like pretty demented, if you will, because it's going to have a shoving range and everything like that, but you can just see like this is how the suited Broadway hands play. And you can say like, well, you're on a pay money bubble, shouldn't you play a little bit tighter? Yeah, but he's like, oh, he's the chip leader, so his range is going to have a bunch of bluffs, like a bunch of automatic folds in it that the range doesn't normally have in it. So like the king 10 suited I think is just like a no-brainer. It goes in and it's like, yeah, there's ICM adjusted component to it, but that he's a chip leader, so his range is going to be super weak and he's going to have quite a few more automatic bet folds. So that's the first part, and then the next part is this hand here. 25 big blind against like some EP position. It doesn't look like I have something here. It's gonna be a direct comp, 7-4 deuce. Oof. 7-4 deuce. No, we don't have anything close to it. Let's go 20. 7-4-3. That's rainbow. And a straight's possible. 7-5 deuce. That's rainbow. 6-3 deuce. That's two-tone. Sure, there's a straight possible there too, though. Oh well. It's kind of annoying. I'll solve the other one. I'll solve it at 25 really quickly. I mean, I say really quickly, but we'll see how long it takes. Don't want to solve this one. We'll take a look at this one, but we'll solve the actual hand. But yeah, I think the king 10 suited is pure reshove, and I think I should have time banked down to take advantage of the pay jump. I made a mistake there. 7 of clubs, 4 of clubs, 2 of diamonds. I'm not really gonna fuck with anything else, maybe except this. All right, so that's solving. So we check. We have like a checking strategy on 6-3 deuce, but again, there's a straight possible here, so. We also don't have the bet one big blind option enabled in this sim, because this sim sucks as a model. This is bet 33%, I bet 15%. So it matters like how small you can bet. You can see here though, like betting ace jack with a diamond, which is like just basically bidding ace jack with an onboarded suit is like not an unreasonable play. Even if you're choosing a 30% sizing. And then if you do get raised and you have ace jack with a diamond, you're going with it. Ace jack with no diamond is bet folding. You're doing a lot of jamming here. The SPR is cleaner for 2-bet shoving because we're at 20, not 25. So like this is a bit of a misleading situation, but also because the bet size here was to 30%. Yeah, so I'm just gonna solve this one. I don't really like using other people's models too much. I prefer to just, I know there's some products that you can get that where the sims are all solved and shit, but then like anytime you don't like a bet size somewhere, you think a bet size needs to be utilized, I just don't like it. So I just run my own sims. And it'll take a few minutes if you guys want to just chill. Cool. I mean, like I'm just here hanging with you guys. Doesn't matter. We'll take. It's not going to take 20 minutes to solve it. So it might take 5 minutes. It might take 10 minutes, but it's not going to take 20. I promise. So and we'll see about the line. I'm pretty sure that like we're gonna be well within our rights to play the hand the way that I did, but we'll find out if it is or if it isn't. Why is ace 4 suited and ace 5 suited so different? I mean, it's just not that good with ace 5 suited either. That reshove I made, it's not that good with ace 5 suited. You just want to regulate the frequency. Me saying that I wouldn't do with ace 4 suited is not because there's such a big EV difference, so much as is like ace 5 suited is clean. Like if I think it shows up at all, I'll do with ace 5 suited, and I think that like it's not unreasonable for me to believe it shows up a little bit with that hand, but maybe not so much with other hands. We can take a look at that though. 15 bigs. 15 bigs. I was on the cutoff or something. I might have been on the hijack. I don't remember. And then like EP opens, but there weren't that many players at the table. Yeah, you can see like ace 5 suited is not here. So like this is kind of what I mean. And like more specifically, what I mean is that it's not that ace 5 suited is not here. It's that like I was comfortable adding ace 5 suited specifically, but I didn't know enough to be like I'm gonna add all of them. So like I'll add ace 5 suited, which is the best one, and like kind of hope for the best. But like. Maybe it's not good at all to have ace 5 suited in the range. This would seem to suggest that it's not good to have ace 5 suited in the range at all. So I fucked up. But I can constrain how bad the mistake's going to be by not shoving like ace 4, ace 3, or ace deuce, or like ace 8. And I just didn't know if ace 5 was going to be in it or not. So it's ace 5 suited is the best wheel ace to jam, and it's more like that. 8-6 deuce on the first one. This is rainbow. So I got asked about 8-6 deuce, but this is 8-6 deuce rainbow. So not gonna work. Not gonna work. Right? No, not gonna work. It was 1 second. It was 7-4 deuce two-tone. 7-4 deuce two-tone. So we need the clubs. We need the suit out there. All right. Looks like we got a few minutes left on this sim. So far, it's looking something like this. It's not finished yet, so it's still figuring out the problem. But looks like this check, like the fact that like where it's at for where the sim's at, the fact that it's still checking 30, looks like you're not gonna be able to lose like some check percentage, even with one big blind enabled. But betting a lot's still correct. I mean, like you're still betting more than you're checking. Ace jack's still betting a bunch. When you go back to what his range looks like, the top of his range is ace jack, so he doesn't have ace queen, so he can't like bone me. He can't free roll me with ace jack of clubs, and I have the jack of clubs, so he can't free roll me. So like that matters. So anyways, he checks. I bet 1 BB. Betting 1 BB with ace jack so far seems reasonable. Like I want to let this solve all the way down, but like you guys don't have to be here for all of that. So we bet 1 BB. We get check raised. I think to like more like a 68 type of sizing. It wasn't like This isn't really a click though either, but we can take a look. So there's ace jack, jack of clubs, ladies and gentlemen, and like it's not gonna look like that and then change its mind. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna look like ace jack with the jack of clubs, pure 3-bet. Let's go. See, like I care much more about playing well than I do about like, you know, what happened. I mean, like I don't know what's gonna fucking happen. Like, you know, he could have a bluff, he could have a good hand. Like I don't fucking know. He plays well. Like he could have a bunch of things. But even ace 10 actually is still likes the 3-bet option. It does look like as it solves down, it's like becoming like a little bit more of a mix, but it's still like very heavily biased towards ace jack, jack of clubs for that 2-bet option. Again, that kind of a bias, or for that 3-bet option rather, that kind of a bias is just not going away. Like it's not going to look like this and then suddenly fucking put in ace jack as the VPIP and like ace jack of hearts and diamonds is pure 3-bet and ace jack with the jack of clubs is like pure. I also said that like it matters that I don't have diamonds. You can see here like ace of diamonds, jack of clubs is folding sometimes. So like I had the suits right? Like I said, the jack of clubs I think matters a lot for the 3-bet option. Having diamonds sucks because you block some of the bluffs that he might have. Yeah, the same thing is true with ace 10, although I feel much better about ace jack than ace 10 just because ace 10 can get free rolled. Get free rolled how? Get free rolled by ace jack of clubs. So ace jack with the jack of clubs felt real clean to me. Solver seems to like it. If you go to a smaller size for the 2-bet, we can see what happens then. And against a smaller 2-bet size, ace jack with the jack of clubs is still a viable 3-bet option. It's still viable for shove. And like I mentioned, like I would have, you know, hands like, you know, 10s, 9s, or jacks or whatever. Like I mentioned 8s specifically, but I actually probably bet bigger on the flop with 8s, which is why they're not here. It's more like 10s or jacks, which is fair enough. I probably would have done that. So my range is probably more, you know, but these hands will 3-bet, and then like ace jack, ace 10 offset those 3-bets. In a reasonable way with the jack of clubs. So in conclusion, like it's fucking cooler. I mean, like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like that's the way I play poker. You know, like just try to understand what's going on and do the best you can. So it was a cooler. We lost all of our chips. You know, we had 75, we had 25%, like 27% against his range, against his hand. So we could have sucked out. When we do jam, obviously his pair of 7s is a call, so his play was fine. Like he's got a pair of 7s for check raising. Everything he did was fine. But like, you know, there's gonna be some of these like king 8 of clubs, queen 8 of clubs, which I think Kowalski will show up with, like queen 10 of clubs, for example. There's actually not a lot of like other ace high flush draws, which I actually think Kowalski will show up with, just the way based on the way he was playing. And he was playing in a way that was like didn't seem very solver educated, just my opinion. I would bet you fucking dollars to dimes that he's fucking showing up with like too much ace 6 of clubs or like ace 8 of clubs, or whatever. I think there are more of these hands in his range than this solver would suggest, which it makes the shove better because I'm going to dominate those clubs. So yeah, so hopefully, you know, I'm comfortable with my answer, like, which is all I care about. All I care about is like, did I punt? Did I fuck up? Did I make some big ass mistake? I don't want to do that. I don't care about like, I mean, it's nice to win you know, $200,000, but I have to make decisions. That's how you win the money. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to make mistakes when you make the decisions. You want to make the right decision as you go. And you know, this ace jack with the jack of clubs. Oh, can you guys not even see it? Or can you see it? I don't know if you can see it, but anyways, it's right there. That's why you can see it now. Ace jack. Let me go like this. Is this better? One sec. Maybe I'll do it this way. But maybe that's a better visual for you, some of you guys to see the continuing strategy for me. So, yeah, let me pull this over. Let me pull this like right here. And there you go. So that's that. Now you can see that maybe a little bit better than before. That's how ace jack plays in my shoes, facing a check raise. That's how ace 10 plays in my shoes, facing a check raise with the 10 of clubs, with the jack of clubs. There you can see it on the right. The pink means raise, the blue means fold. So, and then again, this was against the smaller size. So against a smaller size, it's still viable. So, yeah. Anyways, seems good. I thought it was reasonable, and thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll be back on Sunday, trying to win a tournament. It's hard. Trying to win a tournament. So, cheers, guys. See you soon. Bye.